What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about using silver as a physical savings account, as well as comparing silver to a bank account. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. And if you want to help support the channel by getting some DYDSS merchandise, of course we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies which are up for grabs, such as the brand new 3/9 fine, 4/9 fine, and 90% t-shirt and hoodie available in black, white, gray, red, blue, and pink. And of course the DYDSS military tee available in 4 different colors, and it's actually helping us raise funds and awareness for Military with PTSD Inc., a nonprofit actively working to help improve the lives of our veterans. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And do not forget, everybody gets 10% off. Use promo code MEMORIAL20 for your discount. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But sitting here in front of me, I have quite a bit of silver. Not all of my silver. This is just some of the silver that I keep ready for videos and whatnot. So I have quite a few things in front of me. Over here, I don't think it's even in frame. Mint tube, silver eagles. We got a silver eagle out over here, a maple leaf. We got some 90% over on this side. We got some Washington quarters. We got some Standing Liberty quarters. We got some Walking Liberty half dollars. We have some Roosevelt dimes, Mercury dimes. And then over here on the left side, we got a little stack of maples, the coin bar, sunshine bars, some miscellaneous coins over at the top, and my American flag silver bar as well. Now, the reason I have some of this out in front of me is because today I wanted to talk about what I consider to be a physical savings account. This is it right here in front of me, period. This is what I consider to be a physical savings account. Physical silver. That's the entire description. This right here is my physical savings account. Now, a lot of people, when they think of a savings account, they think of something that they would have at the bank. This is something that I've struggled with for quite some time because I remember, and I'll go through this very, very quickly because I bring it up quite a bit. Quite a few years back, I think it was 6, 7 years ago, whenever Hurricane Sandy was, I remember my section of New Jersey, we lost power for about 2 weeks straight. It was a week and a half, 2 weeks. And I remember seeing people get out of their luxury vehicles, their $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 BMWs and Audis and whatnot, and steal. Because they had money, they had currency, they had fiat, but it was all in the bank. And you can't use a debit card or a credit card when there's no power because that's an electronic payment. Can't make an electronic payment without electricity. So everything was cash only for almost a week, week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks. And it's not like they can go run to the ATM super fast because that requires electricity too. So very early on, I learned and realized that you could have all the money in the world. You could have all the cash in the world. You could have a bunch of these, maybe even a couple of these. You could have all the cash in the world. You could be a millionaire. But it's essentially irrelevant if you can't access it. What good is this cash right here if it's in someone else's possession and you can't get it back? Whether it's temporary, whether it's permanently, whatever the case may be. What good is your fiat, your currency, what some people incorrectly referred to as money? What good is this stuff if you don't have it? You either need to have the cash in hand or you need to have a debit card or a credit card that's usable. If you don't have either of those two things, what in the world's going on? You're essentially broke. Or for you politically correct people, let me correct myself, financially challenged. So I learned early on that you can have your cash, you should have your cash, but it's probably not the safest or smartest idea to store all of it in the bank. I know debit cards and credit cards are very, very convenient. You don't have to go through, oh, okay, that's $42.16. Oh, let me check my pockets for. You don't got to worry about all that. You just swipe, boom, paid, leave. That's it. I understand it's convenient, but I also believe that convenience has caused quite a bit of problems over the last couple of years, especially the last couple of decades as well, and I'm not going to get into that in this video. That's a whole conversation in and of itself. Let's stick to the savings account. So I learned early on that it's not the best or the smartest or the safest idea to store all of this in the bank for a variety of different reasons, such as what I just explained. But also, not only that, the bank has its own problems. Interest, for example. This is a very enticing way of luring people in to becoming customers of their bank.
Hey, come on over to this bank. Your bank over there pays you 0.01% interest. Well, us over here, we have 0.03% interest. We're better. Your money's going to grow. Your money's going to flourish over here. You're going to get rich over here.
Interest. They make it seem like your money is going to double, triple, quadruple, when in all actuality it's only going to be going up by a couple of cents. Especially with the amount of currency that I keep in the bank, which is not very much at all, for safety reasons. I think it's probably better to have this on hand. Not only are interest rates an absolute joke, but the dollar bill is losing purchasing power every second of every minute of every hour of every day of every week of every month of every year. The dollar bill is getting weaker and weaker and weaker. This right here, this 50, I would assume it's probably close to the purchasing power of a 20. Look at what you were able to get at the grocery store with a $20 bill 10, 20, 30 years ago. What can you get at the grocery store today with a $20 bill? A pack of hot dogs, maybe a case of water, maybe something else. Point being is, you're not really going to walk out of the grocery store with very much if you're only walking in with a $20 bill. Meanwhile, if you go back in time 10, 20, 30 plus years ago, you can get quite a bit for 20 bucks. Inflation, hyperinflation, printing money out of thin air. Not only those issues, not only is the dollar bill getting weaker and interest rates being something to laugh at this point, something else you want to take into consideration, or should take into consideration, something that I've taken into consideration, the bank could experience a cash shortage. Because the bank, don't ask me how, it's like a magic trick, they're able to lend out, I believe, $10 for every one that you put in. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that's possible. I do not work for a bank. One time I designed an anti-fraud security system for a bank, but I've never been a banker. I don't know all the ins and outs. I don't know all the terminology, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be a professional or an expert by any means. Also, while I'm on the subject, I am not a financial advisor in any way, shape, or form, and nothing on this channel should ever be taken as financial advice. This is all for entertainment purposes only. However, many banks do a quick Google search or ask a couple different people. I'm sure if you ask 10 different people, at least one of them will be able to say, oh yeah, my bank had a cash shortage one time. So if they can lend out $10 for every $1 that you deposit, and every single customer, hypothetically, theoretically, this typically and most likely would never happen, but what if your bank, the customers of your bank, every single customer, all went to the bank the same day and tried to withdraw all of their money, or the maximum amount that they were allowed to withdraw that day? The bank would only have enough cash to probably give it to half the people, maybe a quarter of the people. They'd run out. The bank is not something that should be viewed as a building that contains an endless supply of cash. That's not what it is. They run out as well, just like I do, just like you do. So what were to happen if there was an unplanned medical expense, you or a family member were to get sick, you or a family member were to get hurt, and all of a sudden you have this medical expense over your head, and you go run to the bank really quick because you know you have a solid portion of the cash that you owe the hospital, and the bank says, sorry, we don't have any more cash right now. You know how sometimes you go to the store and you say, hey, where's the peanut butter? And the worker says, oh, we're out of peanut butter. Imagine having that conversation with the bank, but instead of peanut butter, it's cash. Hey, can I get some cash? Sorry, we're out of cash. Come back on Saturday. What happens then? Now, this is not an everyday occurrence. This is not the typical conversation you would have with a banker. But it's definitely possible. And not only is it possible, it's happened many, many times in the past. It happened to my friend's bank at the very beginning of this lockdown. No one knew what this lockdown even meant. No one knew anything. No one could predict what was to come. Oh my God, is this going to be a 14-day quarantine, or is this going to be 14 weeks, 14 months? What is it going to be? What does this mean? What's going to happen? No one knew. So a lot of people were withdrawing their cash just because they didn't know. Like, oh man, what if there's an emergency? I better have some cash on hand. I did the same thing, except I didn't withdraw all my cash. I just withdrew a little bit. But I usually don't keep it in a little plastic Ziploc bag. I just remember when I went to withdraw my cash, a lot of people were saying, the news was saying, oh no, the cash might be contaminated now. Leave it all in the bank. We don't want you to get sick. Let us hold on to all your cash for you, so you don't get sick or hurt or anything. All I know is that if that many people are throwing that big of a fit over me taking my cash back, I should probably take my cash back. But I did play it safe, and I put it in a Ziploc bag just because I'm not going to be an idiot. Could very well be contaminated for all I know. I don't know. So, anyway, just an example of a cash shortage. If everyone tries to withdraw their cash all at the same time or in a short period of time, the bank could very well run out. One last point I want to make regarding savings account, check-ins account, bank accounts in general, whatever it is, retirement account, whatever kind of account you have at a bank. I want to talk about hacking really quick. Now, I don't have the numbers pulled up in front of me. I have had them pulled up in the past, and I have made previous videos about that where I've used screenshots of statistics and numbers. I don't have any of that pulled up. All I can say is that statistically speaking, you are way more likely to be hacked, whether it's your bank account, whether it's your social media account, whether it's your email, whether it's something else. You're more likely to be the victim of a cybercrime than you are somebody physically breaking into your house. So that tells me that statistically, this is more likely to be taken away from me if someone were to hack into my bank account than for somebody to go through the effort and the risk and put their life in danger attempting to break into my house. People don't want to take that risk. Now, don't get me wrong, people do. Some people do. A lot of people do. But way more people are going to try to hack into your account than break into your house. So, in conclusion, when it comes to the banking section of this video, I'm not hating on the bank. All I'm saying is that they have their problems. They have their pros and their cons, and when it comes to storing large sums of cash, currency, fiat, paper glorified IOU dollars, the cons seem to outweigh the pros, in my opinion and from my perspective, not a financial advisor. Now, everything that I said early on in the video about when I first kind of developed an understanding of how it's probably safer to hang on to my own cash, or at least a solid portion of my cash, that was quite a few years before I even knew that silver was a thing. All this silver that I have in front of me, I didn't have this silver back then. I didn't even find out about the silver until quite a few years after. I learned about silver, I would say maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. Hurricane Sandy, I think, was 7, 8, maybe 9 years ago. So I began to understand, I began to, I don't want to say wake up, but I started to realize the issue several years before I discovered one of several solutions, or what I consider to be solutions, in my opinion. Make sure you do your own research before you start moving cash around, money around, buying things, investing things, converting things. Make sure you know what you're doing. Don't just be like, oh yeah, the YouTube guy told me. No, I'm not telling you anything. I'm just telling my story. So I discovered silver about 4 or 5 years ago. I didn't start stacking until right around 2.5 years ago. I think next month, or I think June or July, will mark the 2.5 year mark, something like that. I was first told about silver, and I thought it was really interesting. A friend of mine introduced me to it. I invited him out to New Jersey. We grew up together, reconnected on social media, and I said, hey, you should come back to New Jersey, hang out with the old crew from when we were kids, except and we're adults. So he came on out, showed him a couple of the things that I've been working on in terms of making money. He told me that he didn't really have anything other than his job as a method of making money. He didn't have any side hustles. He wasn't starting a business or anything like that. He's just working. But he said, I have a different way of saving money. I said, what's that? He said, silver. So what do you mean? He said, every week when I get paid, or every 2 weeks, whenever it is, he said, I go to the coin shop. I pick up 2 ounces of silver every paycheck. I said, why? What does that do? And he explained the significance of precious metals. He explained all the ins and outs. At the very beginning, I truly did not understand it, but I thought it was fascinating. I thought it was cool. I thought it was interesting. And I thought that it was something that I could definitely see myself doing. Now, like I said, this was 4, maybe 5 years ago. I didn't get started until less than 2.5 years ago. Reason for that is because I guess I just didn't take it seriously. I guess I wasn't entirely educated. Didn't have a full understanding. I don't know what made me think of it a couple years after my friend told me, but I started looking up silver stacking YouTube videos for more information. I came across channels like The Overtaxed Taxpayer, Salivate Metal, channels like that. I always viewed Overtaxed as more informative and Sal as more entertainment, but they both taught me quite a bit. And shortly after watching a ton of their videos, I started stacking for myself. I went over to my local coin shop. Unfortunately, I don't have the silver round in front of me. I have it in my safe still. Let me grab this one that a subscriber actually sent me one time. Silver round that says, in debt and death, they trust. It's kind of funny, especially with the topic of today's video. But I picked up a silver round at my local coin shop. That was after Christmas, I believe. I think it was after Christmas in 2018, so the very end of the year. I'm sorry, 2017. The very end of 2017 is when I picked up my very first piece of silver, only a few days away from 2018. I spent the entire year of 2018 stacking, all of 2019 stacking, and unfortunately it's been kind of postponed due to everything going on in the world right now. But unlike the issues that the bank sees, unlike the issues that cash fiat currency sees, all my silver is still right here in front of me. All my silver is still standing strong. This is nowhere near all of it. This is just some of it that I keep on hand just for videos. My gold has been standing strong. I don't have to worry about laughable interest rates when it comes to my silver. No one's going to try to sell me on, hey, come on over to my safe. I got my own safe. I don't have to worry about losing purchasing power due to inflation. I don't have to worry about cash shortages because it's not cash. I don't have to worry about storing it in someone else's possession. I hold on to it myself. I don't have to worry about anyone or any company or corporation lending out 10 ounces of silver for every one that I give them. I don't have to worry about hacking. But like I said, these are all just my opinions and it's all just from my perspective, and this is all for entertainment purposes, but it's also to initiate a conversation. So everything that I talked about in today's video, what are your thoughts? What are your opinions? I would like to know. When it comes to the bank, when it comes to your safe, or however you store your physical silver and gold, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there, go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 1,000 subscribers, so help us out. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with the 3 brand new DYDSS 3 9s fine, 4 9s fine, and 90% t-shirts and hoodies available in black, white, gray, red, blue, and pink. And we have a ton of other products as well, t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, and many of them are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the DYDSS Military Tee, available in 4 different colors, and it's helping us raise funds and awareness for Military with PTSD Inc., a non-profit organization actively working to help improve the lives of our veterans. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. Do not forget, you get 10% off the entire DYDSS store. The sale ends this weekend, so you don't have much time left. Link will be in the description. Thank you in advance. And once again, I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know, again, what are your thoughts regarding cash versus silver, stacking precious metals versus a savings account, having a physical savings account in your house, or storing your cash, paper, fiat currency in someone else's possession. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow, and remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.